Please work. The delay. Why is this not working? Why is this not working? Please work. Is it working? Oh, it's working. It is working. We are up and running. Greetings everyone to the first match between the Chicago Kodiaks and the New England Storm, their season opener. I apologize, I've accidentally left chat open. Let me just... chat scale. Okay, apologies for the error there. Alrighty, once again, apologies for the technical issues, ladies and gentlemen, but we should be up and running now. Hopefully that's the end of the technical difficulties tonight. This here, please work. This is the first matchup for plenty of our Season 2 draftees. It is working. Team Captain Treason looks to be playing in goal for the Storm tonight. We are up and running. Greetings everyone to the first match between the Chicago Kodiaks and the New England Storm, the season opener. I apologize, I've accidentally left chat open. Let me just... chat scale. Okay, apologies for the... Greetings everyone to the first match between the Chicago Kodiaks and the New England Storm season opener. I apologize, I've accidentally left chat open. Let me just... chat scale. And apologies for that. Greetings everyone to the first match between the Chicago Kodiaks and the New England Storm season opener. Apologies for a little delay. We are underway. I apologize, I've accidentally left chat open. As Mitzi trying to make a play on it, but unfortunately he cannot. And the puck like Chuck tries to recover for the Storm, but he cannot do that. Schladink down in the corner, rims it around the boards at his own end. Where Husington will gather as Richard P, or Dick P rather, will make a play on the puck. Like gathering in the corner, passing the slot. What a save by Treason. Incredible save. Mitzi with a shot. Oh, what a save by Treason. That's absolutely brilliant. That's a wonderful way to start the season for Treason there. Not so much for the Storm's defense. They'll definitely be hoping if it's a Treason again with the save. As apologize, I've forgotten to put watch puck on. I once again apologize for the inconvenience. This is my first time doing this. Puck like Chuck will take a breakup pass into the attacking zone. Dyson with the save on the breakaway. throws the puck to the corner. Echo will take it out, break out along the boards, deeks past Hood Legend, carries it into the O-zone, slot shot wide, as Like will regather for his team. Echo will regather there, making play on the puck, take it to the slot. Echo, but is poke checked by Puck Luck Chuck, and they are unable to get a chance there. Echo nonetheless carrying on, attempting to make a play there. However, he is unsuccessful. As Echo gets a poor pass from Hood Legend from the slot, but Treason makes an excellent save on the play. Stellar performance from Treason so far. Like, gets the puck, sends it across the ice. Schladank regathers for the Kodiaks, sending it up. I apologize before, I believe I said Treason for the Kodiaks. Or it's for the Storm, rather. I believe he's on the Kodiaks, not the Storm. Echo taking a puck into the O-zone, cutting in from the wing, but unfortunately Schladank gets it away. Schladank looking to start breakout here. Saucer pass up the same boards, however he will miss Puck Luck Chuck on the pass as Mitsti regathers, where he tries to get the puck out of his zone, but Puck Luck Chuck forechecks it. And once the puck back shot is blocked by Mitsti. Once I will decrease the FOV rather. Apologies again for the technical issues. But Legend gets the puck back in his zone after a save by Treason. Makes a great breakout pass to Puck Luck Chuck. Gets to the face-off shot and face-off dots rather. Apologies there. But the shot is wide as Huz regathers, carrying it into the O-zone. Richard P. forechecking. Huz attempts a shot there, but it's wide, as Echo will regather for the Storm. Tries to make a play at the face-off dots, unsuccessful. However, Like will make a great forechecking play there with a beautiful pass to Echo. Unfortunately, it's just on the edge of his tape, and it deflects wide, as the Kodiaks are able to get the puck out of the zone. And they will clear a pass into the Storm's end of the ice, as Hood Legend regathers at the blue line. Puck deflects wide to the other boards. Echo will attempt to get the puck into the attack other zone. However, Richard P with a beautiful forecheck cuts in and shot, stopped by Dyson. Great save there. Hood Legend tries another shot. Unfortunately, he's denied by the post. This game has had a lot of offense and not a lot of scoring. Something both teams will want to work on with regards to the defense. Echo will get a pass back from the red line, cuts around, tries to make a pass to Like. Unfortunately, it's cut off by Hood Legend, but Echo will regather, taking the puck in, cutting inside from the left wing. Tries to make a play, ends up behind his net, the Kodiak's net there. He regathers, makes a cross ice pass to Huz. Unfortunately, it's a bit wide, and the Storm will regather. Huz once again with the puck, makes a beautiful cross ice pass to Like in the neutral zone, and Like will carry it into the O-zone. Attempts a slot pass. Unfortunately, nobody was in the high slot. Huz regathers on the other side of the ice, passes blocked, and Mitsti makes such horrible error there. And a truly unlucky puck, and Puck Luck Chuck will have a beautiful opportunity on the breakaway. Shot is robbed by Dyson. What a beautiful save from Dyson. Both goaltenders showing their true talent here tonight. Treason showing why he's the captain of his team, and Dyson showing why he was rightfully picked in the NAPL draft, unlike your commentator here tonight. Apologies for the self-inserting plug there. Period comes to an end. Still 0-0. Apologies for the delay there. I was posting the stream link in the Discord as Like appears to make a play in the opposing end, and that is unsuccessful. Moving on now, Huz is going to get the puck in his own zone and attempt a breakout. Beautiful juggle there from Huz, as it is unfortunately broken up by Schladank man, as Richard P comes along with the puck and makes a pass to Echo really. His intended target was Puck Luck Chuck, but didn't get their. Hood Legend with a beautiful forecheck there, getting the puck back for the Kodiaks. Bad angle shot or pass? We don't know. End result, not a goal. Puck ends up back in the neutral zone. Beat back into the near 40. Okay. Should probably close. Apologies there for the technical difficulties. I am not the most experienced member of the stream team. I promise this will be sorted out by next time as the Storm get the puck into the ozone with like tip from Echo was fortunately wide of the Kodiaks goal there. Wonderful chance. Probably an impossible save if it is on net. And unfortunately it's not a goal. Dyson clears it back out and ends up in the Kodiaks zone. Hood Legend regathering behind his own net. Will be looking to make something of this play here. Attempts a saucer pass to Richard P. Was almost successful on the initial touch, where Richard P makes sure not to ruin that beautiful pass. Commentator's curse right there. Richard P did not make the best passes there, however. He makes sure that they keep the puck as Schledink attempts to re-enter into the O-zone. Unfortunately, Like breaks up the play, and he will look to take it into the Kodak zone for a goal. Schledink forces him out to the corner. Puck is rimmed around. Echo will regather on the left wing. Echo cutting into the slot. Almost is able to get a shooting opportunity. Unfortunately, it's tipped wide. Mitsti there with a shot that ends up wide. Treason looked to be all over it, however. Schledink attempts to make a breakout play there. However, it's broken up by a beautiful forecheck from the New England Storm. Huz will regather in his own zone and make an attempt at a pass, which ends up being successful by the grace of the puck gods. As the Storm will nonetheless end up clearing, as Huz will regather the puck on the right wing in the Kodak zone. Unfortunately, he's there was a two-man back check on him, and that will lead to an unsuccessful attack there from the Storm. However, no worries for them as Echo regathers it in the neutral zone. Skating in, beats two people, makes a pass. Unfortunately, it's wide of Huzzington's stick. Mitsti regathers, attempts a slot pass. No one's there but Schledink, who clears into the corner. Echo again trying to make a play, but Puck Luck Chuck with a beautiful play on defense there to deny the opportunity, and it ends up into a beautiful counterattack on the stick of Richard P. Cutting in a shot, saved by Dyson. Tremendous save from Dyson there. Hood Legend regathers on the left wing, sends it behind the net. Echo unfortunately picks it off of Richard P.'s stick, as he will continue on with the puck, dangling past Puck Luck Chuck. Now going away from Richard P.'s pressure, as the puck ends up on Like's stick after that chip play right there. Unfortunately, it doesn't end up in a goal. Puck Luck Chuck will attempt to clear, however, it ends up on the stick of Mitsti, who makes a pass to Echo. The one-timer is wide. Beautiful opportunity there. Tremendous pass from Mitsti. As Richard P will try to regather, makes a horrible error there, as Echo tries to make a play, but does not work. He'll look to get something done here behind the Kodak's net. The wraparound is saved by Treason. 5-hole was gaping there for a moment. Echo will attempt to make centering pass. Unfortunately, it does go wide. Or, pardon me, into a Kodak's defender. This Hood Legend now regathers in the neutral zone. 1 second, ladies and I need to make sure my Discord overlays and sharing. It's gonna get me in a lot of trouble if it is. Okay, apologies there for the inconvenience. A Light clears for the Storm onto the stick of Schledink. However, it's blocked by Echo. Goes into the corner of the Storm zone. However, it's cleared by Like, who gets onto the stick of Echo, skating on the right wing, beats Hood Legend, and almost beats Schledink. Unfortunately, the puck ends up rolling off the end of his stick there. Richard P regathers for the Kodaks. He will clear from his own zone as the Storm dump it back in. However, Richard P has the puck as the period comes to a close. I think I should close the chat. Apologies again for the delays. I mean, inconvenience. Echo wins the face-off there to open the third period. Attempts to skate into the ozone, unsuccessful. However, Like will carry on with the play on the right wing. Beautiful keep of the puck there onto the stick of Mitsti as he attempts to dump it in. However, that is unsuccessful. Mitsti skating in, shot is unsuccessful. Echo coming in now, the shot hits the side of the net. Echo attempts a Michigan, I believe. It's unsuccessful anyways. Treason with a beautiful stick there. As the puck goes way into the sky there, in the Kodiak's own zone. And Huz attempts to win the board battle. However, the puck goes into the Storm zone as Dyson comes out to play it and makes a centering pass to Mitzi, who will tap it off to Like, skating in through the neutral zone on the right wing. Like, coming in, beats Richard P. Not. I trusted too much in Like there. As the Storm will bat it back out after an attempted dump from the Kodiaks. Schledank regathers in his own zone, attempts to make a breakout pass to the left side. Puck luck Chuck is there, however he cannot get to the puck. Instead it is Echo of the Storm getting there, makes a centering pass. Like and Schledank both on the puck. What a save from Treason there. Like attempted the centering pass to Echo, who tried to bury it home, but Treason said nuh-uh. Treason is on his A game today. Huzzer regathers for the Storm, attempts a breakout pass. Unsuccessful as Hood Legend intercepts. Skating in on the left wing. Richard P is laid out by Huzington. Beautiful hit there. Puck luck Chuck gets the puck at the high point. Unfortunately, the shot does not end up in the back of the net. Storm and the Kodiaks have both been making a lot of chances in this game. However, their conversion rates on them, not so good. Puck comes into the neutral zone on the right wing where Puck luck Chuck will dump it into Richard P. Richard P sends it back around the boards. Puck luck Chuck gathers, cutting in behind the opposing net. Will attempt to make a chip play there, but Huzington was right on it. Richard P bats it back over, but Mitzi is there this time to clear it out for the Storm as Treason comes out of his net and dumps the puck back up the ice, where Mitzi will get it again and they will dump it back. It's turning into a tennis game. Right as I say that, Huzington almost got a beautiful one-on-one opportunity. However, it's cleared by the Kodiaks right to Richard P, whose shot is wide. Bad angle shot nonetheless. Odds of that one going in, not so great. The Storm will get a shot on Treason there. Now, was it a dump? Yes. Do we still count as a shot? Yes. Don't ask me. Apologies there. My mic appeared to have died for a second. As the Storm are regathering the puck, they will take it up the ice into their own zone as Mitzi makes a cross ice pass to Huz, but is intercepted by a racing Richard P. Who's right on that puck. But Legend will regather in the neutral zone, but dump it in. Cross ice dump. Huzington regathers, and he sends it up, hoping to find Echo. And unfortunately, Hood Legend intercepts. The puck ends up back behind the Storm net. And Huz will regather, hoping to make a play here. Makes a cross ice pass. Finds Echo, but unfortunately it's broken up by none other than Hood Legend. Huz will regather the puck though. He's not one to give up easily. He sends it around the boards to Echo. Makes a beautiful board dangle there to get into the neutral zone. He has a little one-on-one with Puck luck Chuck here. Beats Puck luck Chuck out wide, shot on Treason is saved. As he will regather in the corner, coming back towards his own blue, the opposing blue line. Like will come over to help him. Unfortunately, Hood Legend's defense there was on top-notch levels, as Echo will attempt to make the play, skating it in. It's unsuccessful. Mitzi attempts a pass to Like. Unfortunately, cannot complete the pass. However, Like gets the pass to Echo behind his net. Pass to Mitzi. Shot is blocked by Schledank. Richard P chips it up the ice, as Like will proceed to intercept that puck and hopes to get a play going here. Good forecheck from Richard P, unfortunately. Echo is there to regather, coming into the slot. And the shot from Echo is saved. Thought for a moment there Like might be able to get a tap in, but it is unsuccessful, as this game, ladies and gentlemen, will be going to OT. What a way to start our evening. Oh, shoot. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. It appears I have the jerseys wrong. I just checked. My apologies once again. Husington gets it in his own zone, pass to Mitsti, who skates it up the ice, dumps the puck in. This might be a shot on goal. Treason makes a save. Schledank tries to clear. It's off Lyke's head, however. And he will send the puck back into his teammate's path. As Hood Legend attempts to make a play there. Schledank comes over to help him, and Hood Legend will attempt to skate it out, or rather pass it. As puck luck Chuck will forecheck. And it does cause Dyson to make a semi-bad pass. Like making a good effort on the forecheck to make sure his teammate's pass was not in vain. And there's a little scrum behind the net. Echo will get the puck into the corner. Skating toward the opposing blue line, now to the red line. Will Echo go for a skate? No, he attempts a pass. Blocked by puck luck Chuck, regathered by Like, who will make a play to skate up in the breakout. Sorry. As Mitsti will get that pass from Like, who sends it back across to Huz. Attempts a pass to Like, however Echo will gather instead. Echo attempts a centering pass, but it's blocked by Richard P. Like gets it off the boards, skating along the blue line, cutting around, and spin move. Treason intercepts what could have been a dangerous pass to Husington there behind the net. As that clear, however, goes straight to Dyson, who sends it back up the ice for the Storm. Like attempts to make a play on the forecheck. Unfortunately, Richard P's there with the pressure for the Kodiaks. Puck luck Chuck gets it in the O-zone. He'll attempt to make a play, however, Echo with a beautiful stick lift forces him to reconsider a play there. Gets into a scrum where the puck ends up across the ice and Hood Legend rims it back around. Richard P and Mitsti colliding. Puck ends up on the stick of a Storm player who sends the puck back up the ice. Treason attempts to make a goalie pass here. He's successful in that, as Like had a semi-bad touch there. As shot is wide, ends up behind the net. Richard P trying to wrap around. What a save by Dyson. Robbed Richard P on the wraparound there. Like attempting a breakout. Makes it through pass to Huz. Huz gathering on the left wing. Cutting in. Will he shoot it? He passes. Unfortunately, the pass is broken up. However, Mitsti will regather for the Storm and attempt to pass to Echo, who makes a beautiful play to get the puck there. Call it glazing, if you will, but this man is indeed the star player for the Storm, so he may be deserving of it at the end of the day. Echo cutting across the ice. And attempts a shot there, it appears, but it's blocked by Hood Legend. Mitsti regathers blue line. Shot is wide. Echo regathers behind the net. Attempts a play, however, Richard P's there with the defensive pressure. Echo passes it to Mitsti on his backhand. Shot is blocked by Schledank, who might have a half breakaway here. If he plays his cards right, he could win the game for the Kodiaks here. And instead, he's pressured wide where he passes back to Richard P. Slot shot is blocked by Like. Sent out wide. Mitsti gathers and gets the puck out of the zone. Hood Legend now regathering in the neutral zone. Attempts to pass to puck luck Chuck. Huz, however, is able to intercept. However, the ensuing dump was not the best. However, Schledank allows Like to regather there. Like coming around the boards. Richard P with defensive pressure gets it out again. Skating up the right wing, carrying it into the O-zone. He has Hood Legend backdoor. Makes the pass to Hood Legend, who makes an absolutely horrendous shot. That's truly unfortunate for Hood Legend. He won't want to be seeing that one on the highlight reels. Echo will regather for the Storm. Cuts past Schledank. Could this be the game winner from Echo? The shot is wide. I believe Treason did enough there to make sure that his team stays in this game. Huz will regather in the neutral zone with 30 seconds on the clock. Dumps it back in. Richard P knocks it down. And in the ensuing scrum, Echo is able to come away with the puck. Beautiful toe drag there from Echo. This would be a highlight reel of a game winner, wouldn't it? And that's exactly what it is. Echo wins game one for the Storm. In dramatic fashion there, with a beautiful move. You'll be wanting to watch that one again on the highlight reels. However, the Kodiaks, they definitely will not. And that's the beauty there from Echo to win game one. As the Storm, the first one was a doubleheader, In a low-scoring game, both goalies were on their A game. And that one, as it appears the Kodak are without a player here. Let me make sure. Bring up in chat. Up /VW. Like will continue to play on as Treason makes a save there. I'm not exactly sure what's happening here. Okay. It would appear that the Kodiaks are in need of a replacement there.
What are you doing behind the net? Get out of there. Yeah, easy.
Let me ask. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. I will be making sure I have the right jerseys this time. It appears I had the wrong ones for this game. Alrighty, we have switched to jerseys again, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize for the kit clash there. Or well, rather. Clash of the wrong kits. Forgive my horrible poetry. English was never my favorite subject in school. As it appears that we are currently waiting on something. As for what that something is, I'm not too sure. Apologies once again for the technical difficulties. Well, it appears the Kodiaks got a shot there. I think I might have messed up the jerseys again. Apologies if I have. I promise this will all be sorted out by the net stream. Richard P. regathering in the ozone for the Kodiaks. However, he cannot get that play to result in a solid scoring chance. Ensuing a scrum leaves the puck on the stick of Echo in his own zone. Tries to get past Richard P. Unsuccessful. The centering pass is blocked by Mitz-T. Puz regathers and makes a breakout pass to... Was that Mitz-T? I'm not too sure. Didn't quite get the name. It was Like, my apologies. As the puck ends up back on the stick of Huz. Rams it around the boards. Where Josh and Withia will regather. And in the ensuing scrum, the puck ends up on Mitz-T's stick. Attempts a shot, blocked by Puck Luck Chuck, who attempts a breakout pass to Blade and is successful. However, the ensuing shot results in a block. Like will regather in his own zone. Is Echo streaking up the right. He'll make that pass to Echo. However, Echo is not able to gather the puck there. He will gather the puck behind the net and attempt a wraparound, which is stopped. Like with the shot. Oh, that was a close play there. Treason almost saving it, however, it does end up squeaking past. As what the hell happened to the replay? My apologies once again. I have no clue what's happened to the replay camera. My apologies once again, ladies and gentlemen. I think I might have forgotten something there. Puck is in the Kodiak zone where Richard P. will get him into the neutral zone. However, a good forecheck from the Storm gets the puck back into the O zone where Like will gather, attempt a shot there. However, Treason is able to clear. Puck ends up on Dyson's stick. And it's tipped in by Huzington. However, Richard P. will gather. Ensuing breakout was unsuccessful as Huz forechecking. Cannot get Puck Luck Chuck to lose the puck there. The ensuing dump out of the zone leaves the puck on Like stick. However, the Kodak forecheck is able to push the Storm back behind their own net into their zone here. Echo will regather, try to dangle past Blade, who makes a beautiful stick check there. And the shot is saved by Dyson, tipped out by Like. And Josh and Withia will attempt to get it back into the Storm zone. Echo, however, gets past him with a good forecheck. And he just whips on the puck there. Puck Luck Chuck with the clear. However, the Storm will regather. Huz with the shot from the right wing, stopped by Treason. Richard P. regathers behind the net. Mitz-T will block the attempted clear, attempting to cut in and shoot. However, Josh and Withia makes a beautiful play to potentially save a goal there. Puck Luck Chuck will intercept the puck in the slot. The Kodaks will attempt to clear, which after a little bounce of the puck is successful. The Storm will regather in their own zone, Like behind his own goalie, skating across, angles back around, avoiding the forechecker, passes over to Mitz-T, who will regather on the left wing. Puck Luck Chuck forechecks, however, and it's a little 3-on-1 for the Kodaks here. Richard P. Harper is stick checked by Huz. The centering pass to Bleed is unsuccessful as it results in a turnover for the Kodaks. Storm will get the puck and clear it out. Puck Luck Chuck does the same, and we now have Like behind his own net, attempting to make a play out of his own zone. The breakout pass to Mitz-T is a bit wide, as Puck Luck Chuck will regather, looking to make something out of this play here. Dump into the zone, finds the stick of Richard P., whose centering pass is tapped back to the boards by Blade, who will get an opportunity here. However, the opportunity to make something out of that play is unsuccessful as the Storm defense comes up clutch there. Richard P. regathers, skating along the blue line. Shot from the faceoff dot, saved by Dyson. Almost went 5-0 there. Huz recovers and clears for the Storm as there are 15 seconds left on this period. As Echo will gather on the left wing, cutting behind the net, and he will cut back in and score there for a beautiful goal. Echo having an absolutely amazing stretch of play here. as he has scored twice for his team already tonight. And it appears I've definitely messed up something up with the mods. My apologies. There we go. We're back underway, watching the puck, and the period comes to a close. Apologies for the voice crack. Blue team is stormed away. Apologies for the delay there. Period 2 is underway. The Storm have the puck right now, like skating into the opposition zone. Slot shot is saved off the left pad of Treason. Blade attempts to clear, however it's unsuccessful. Huz regathers, shot hits the side of the net, and ends up behind. Apologies there, almost choked on my spit. Puck ends up in the neutral zone where Mitsti will gather for the Storm. Makes a pass to Echo. Cuts and beats 2 players. However, his final touch wasn't the best, and the Kodiaks will have a chance to clear here. Echo, however, making sure that is not the case, dangling back along the blue line. The shot from the point is wide, as Mitsti will attempt a centering pass, and the tip there leaves the puck going wide of the net. Huz will regather on the left wing. However, Josh and Withy will rim it around, where, again, unfortunately, from Echo would intercept. However, Richard P. coming in clutch in his defensive zone again. He's made a lot of good back-checking plays today. Unfortunately, it hasn't quite translated to the success the Kodiaks will be hoping for. Like here, dumping the puck in from the neutral zone. Huz forechecking regathers, past Echo on the left, who cuts in behind. Echo loses the puck there after being checked by 2 Kodiaks defenders. Puck luck Chuck regathering, making a breakout pass here to Richard P. It's tapped down for Blade, whose shot is blocked by the stick of Like. Echo will regather on the right wing with a beautiful toe drag there. Coming in on the right, cutting across. Echo is unfortunately stick checked, and he will not get the opportunity to score his 3rd goal of the evening. The Kodiaks will regather. However, the forecheck of the Storm makes sure the puck stays in the Kodak zone. Light gathers, pushing up the right wing. Stick lifted by puck luck Chuck. Richard P. taps it away where Mitsti intercepts. However, his shot goes wide. Echo gathering on the left side of the ice, now behind the net. Cutting across, slot pass. Ends up on the stick of Like, who is unfortunately unable to make a play of it, as Blade will regather on the left wing, where Echo will come and attempt a forecheck. However, it's unsuccessful as Blade continues into the Storm zone. However, Huzington makes a great defensive play to keep the Storm's shutout intact. Like coming in the middle of the ice, cutting right. Shot from outside the face-off dot is wide. Richard P. will recollect here for the Kodiaks. And his attempt to make something out of the defensive zone could have ended terribly, and it might end terribly, as Echo with a beautiful forecheck. He's laid out by puck luck Chuck, who also ends up falling over in the ensuing play. Absolute scenes here from the 2nd period with these 2 teams. Like regathering behind his own net. As puck luck Chuck runs Dyson, Storm are not going to be taking to that lightly, as puck luck Chuck might have a target on his back now. Echo forechecking, hoping to make the Kodiaks pay for the running their goalie. Chip pass to Mitsti in the slot. The shot is unfortunately wide. I believe Huzington might have gotten a stick on that. Unfortunate for the Storm. Echo attempts to wrap around and get a shot off, but it's defended successfully by the Kodiaks. However, the Storm's defense too is a formidable one, as they will regather as well, like cutting behind his own net, hoping to make a play. And Blade is now hit Dyson. Now, if this is Dyson blocking the forecheckers, I would probably not want my goalie doing that. However, nonetheless, a daring effort. But puck luck Chuck coming in here, and the shot is sticked away, unsuccessful. Echo on the left wing coming in for the Storm. Josh and Withy on defense has a beautiful defensive play there to prevent Echo from scoring another goal tonight. 40 seconds of the period as it's rimmed around, where Echo will intercept, cutting in. into the slot. Echo the shot is oh, that was Huzzington. Like, apparently, I thought Echo had maybe it was tipped. Nonetheless, a goal for the Storm. It appears Huzz might have tipped that one in. As you can see on the play there, beautiful tip from Huzz on right in the crease there. Will give the Storm another goal. 3-0 to the Storm as Richard P. hoping to put a dent in that lead in this game 2 of the series. Will attempt to pass back around the boards, however Echo is there. Beautiful defensive play. Come into the center ice with 15 seconds left. Can he make it 4? He cannot, unfortunately. Huzzington might have interfered with Treason there. However, it won't matter as the shot did not result in a goal. Richard P. dangling in the shot, saved by Dyson. Dyson has been on his A game as well. Treason is going to be hoping he could have gotten a few of those back. However, I'm not too sure that he could have gotten many of them back. Nonetheless, 3-0 to the Storm. Third period of the second game will be underway shortly. And that shortly happens to be now. We can't afford TV breaks, ladies and gentlemen. We're not big enough. How's it cutting in from the right wing? The slot shot is saved by Treason. He's definitely heard what I've had to say. He's not happy with me. Mitsuki the shot blocked by the Kodiaks. Josh and Withia will regather, getting it past his own blue line where Mitsuki will dump it back in. Treason comes out to make a play, and he will make a pass up the ice, hoping to find Blade. A beautiful defensive play from the Storm leaves Huzz with an opportunity here, coming in on the left wing. Gets into the corner, back past Echo, ships it back around. However, he's blocked by Josh and Withia, and Huzzington will have to continue that play. Back pass to Echo, it's picked off by Josh and Withia, and he'll be in a foot race here with Echo, and it appears that Echo won that one. However, Richard P. with a beautiful play in front of his own goaltender to deny a chance for the Storm. Like forechecking, the centering pass is blocked by Puck Luck Chuck. Like has 3 forecheckers on him, but still manages to make something out of that. However, Puck Luck Chuck is able to beat Echo to the puck, and the Storm will have to regather from their own zone. Huzz is forechecked by Richard P., who will come in from the left wing. However, an unfortunate touch there leads to a turnover. Huzz taking the puck up the right wing, pass over to Like. Like attempts to cut in. However, Josh and Withia with a beautiful defensive play there, as he will chip it up off the boards, and that apparently hit the invisible roof. As Mitsuki will get the puck, shot blocked by Richard P. Like coming into the corner, centering pass, intercepted by Blade. Will take it up his right wing. Mitsuki attempts to make a play there. Huzzington comes over to help, and Huzz's help is not in vain as the Storm will regather here on the stick from Mitsuki, who chips it up the ice, where Puck Luck Chuck will regather for the Kodiaks, and he will dump it back in for Huzzington, or rather Dyson, who's come out to make a daring play on the puck. Could result in absolute catastrophe here. However, Josh and Withia is not able to control the wobbling puck and make Dyson pay for that risky move. Treason comes out with a play of his own there, and the puck ends up on Mitsuki's stick, who will send it into Huzz. However, Treason is back in the net. It appears he's out of stamina, though, from the way he's moving. Huzz unable to take advantage of Treason's temporary state of weakness there, as Mitsuki wins the puck from the corner. Pass over to Echoes. I believe that was wide. As Mitsuki gets on the left side, however, he's unable to get a shot off. Blocked somewhere in that scrum. Puck Luck Chuck taking up the center of the ice, cutting to the left wing. Puck Luck Chuck with it. The shot is wide. Josh and Withia gathers on the right side of the ice. Blocked by Mitsuki. Will make a breakout pass here to Echo. His touch takes him out to the left wing. Echo attempts to cut behind the red line. However, Richard P is there. Like, however, as well is there for the Storm. He makes a play on the puck, cutting in. However, he's body checked by Josh and Withia, who ensures that the Storm don't have an easy goal here. Echo, on the other hand, hoping that they can nonetheless muster a goal. However, his attempt is unsuccessful as Mitsuki gets laid out, and the Kodiaks have their chance here. Can they get one on the board? Blade the shot. Stopped by Dyson. Boy, he's going to be questioning the decision to shoot rather than pass there. Huz gets in a one-on-one situation in the O-zone. Cutting across the slot, centering pass wide. Echo in a foot race here with puck luck Chuck. However, Chuck is able to clear the puck. Like cutting in from the right wing into the slot, takes the shot, stopped by Treason. Josh and Withia regathers on the left side of the ice, chips it up to Richard P. And another 2-on-0 for the Kodiaks. Will he pass or will he shoot? He shoots, and it is again wide of the net. 2-2-on-0s for the Kodaks. Resulting goals, 0. Hopefully they can get this sorted by their next game, as this is not a viable strategy for success in any sport, let alone puck. However, puck luck Chuck gets the puck up. Could have had another 2-0 there, but puck luck Chuck on the breakaway, stopped by Dyson. Highway robbery right there. Echo will take it out of the zone on the left wing. He might have a chance here. Puck luck Chuck hoping to deny that. Echo with an absolutely beautiful move. 2-0 for the Storm. However, an unfortunate touch there for Echo results in the puck being behind the net. Echo with a wraparound that is stopped by Treason. Mitzi regathers, taking it behind Treason now. Cutting in, slot passes wide. No one at back door, and that means that this game ends 3-0 to the Storm. Wonderful contest. Both goalies played their hearts out. Apologies for the stream technical issues, ladies and gentlemen. This is my first time streaming an NAPL game. However, by next time we should have it all sorted out. Thank you for coming and viewing this edition of the NAPL on YouTube, as this one was not streamed on Twitch. However, wait, is there another game? No, I don't think there is. Okay. Yeah. And once again, thank you for coming on watching the stream. I apologize for my terrible performance. I know it was absolutely unacceptable, and I will endeavor to do better next time. But nonetheless, thank you for coming in and watching. This is the NAPL on YouTube. Stay tuned for the next matchup right here. Unfortunately, we don't have an ESPN tag to say now, so that's the end of the stream. Pretty lame, isn't it? Anyways, cheerio.